What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Please like and subscribe. Happy you're here. So it's not daylight savings day. My dad was like, actually, it's standard time day, or it's not a day. I was like, what day is it? He's like, it's just standard time. There's not a day. It's just standard time. It's Sunday. It's November 1st. But so that's when I'm filming. But I think I will be uploading this, and the election will have happened. The United States election. That is, not everyone is in the US. I'm not in the US. So maybe that's not interesting to a lot of people. But I think a lot of the world is kind of watching that and wondering what's going to happen. So this is me in the future, and it happened. That's over. Is it what we thought it would be? Is it what we wanted? I don't know. Anyway, we're dealing with all of that. And maybe this is the perfect topic from which to speak on. Maybe that's the perfect platform for this topic to exist. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about letting go. Letting go. Okay, now most people's success stories have this common element, and yet we kind of see it as this like, oh, isn't it mysterious that happened? For some reason, I was thinking a lot about this yesterday. I was thinking about John Krasinski. I often find myself thinking about John Krasinski because, like, why would I think about anything else? Just John. Okay. So for those of you who are not as familiar with John and his wife, Emily Blunt, and just the two of them together, it's just too much. I just can't stand it. I just can't. I can. He's Jim from The Office. He's also Jack Reacher. No, is that it? He has an Amazon show, and he directed A Quiet Place, and he's done lots of things, whatever. But so he was like quite unknown when he did The Office, the US office, because not everyone is in the United States, okay? But for those of you who don't know, the United States copied British folk, as they often do. There was a show called The Office in Britain, and then the United States said, hey, we want that show. And they took it. And anyway, so John was only 22 at the time, I believe. And he didn't really know what's what. And often, and this is related to this, not knowing is what makes you successful. Like, not knowing the rules of the game makes you beat the game. Anyway, because you don't have resistance around it. You're just like, this. And then you win. So I think he was 22. And he actually had this pact with himself and with his mother that he was going to give acting a 2-year try. Like a good, honest try. And then if after 2 years nothing panned out, he was going to move on to something else. So I believe he was coming to the end of his 2 years. And then this audition came in for a show called The Office, and they wanted him to read for the character of Dwight. And Dwight is this like very kooky, y'all know who Dwight is. How can you not know who Dwight is? Anyway, he was like, I don't think I'm Dwight. He told his agent this, I don't think I'm Dwight, I think I'm Jim. Now, for an unknown person, it's like, hey, who do you think you are? That you're just saying like, you know what, Dwight's great, but I actually want to be not the main character, but Jim, I would say, you know what, it's an ensemble cast, but I would say that Jim's like a more important character. It's very ballsy for an unknown young whippersnapper actor to be like, no, I want this part. But that's what he did. And then his agent got him an audition for that. And whatever, he went through like all the rounds of auditions, and I think there were quite a few. And finally, I think he flew to LA, I think, to read for the producers. And he was the only guy from New York there. I think there were about like 10 people and everyone else was from LA. He was the only New York guy there. And whatever, he's sitting in the waiting room. And I also think that this is part of his success. So they went out to lunch like right before his tape. So he's just like waiting there while everyone in all the producers and directors, whatever, go out to lunch. And he doesn't know anything, right? And as they're coming back to lunch, someone strikes up a conversation with him. And one thing that came up in the conversation was the British version of The Office. I'm sorry, this is such a long story, but whatever. It's important. He strikes up this conversation with this guy about the British version and how brilliant it was. And John's like, yeah, I really hope they don't screw this up. Like, I really hope the Americans don't do what they always do and screw it up. And then, whatever, the guy goes off and he's called into the room and he realizes that the guy he was talking to is one of the main producers, if not like the main producer for the show. And so he just totally like ruined it. He just ruined it. He just said that they were going to screw it up. Totally blabbed, totally like, and I think they acknowledged it in the room and like had a bit of a laugh at it. But this is why he got the part, or at least like this is a contributing factor, because at that point it's like you've already ruined it. It's gone. So all of that tension, all of that anticipation, all of that like energy that's like, God, I hope I get it. I hope I get it. It's like, whatever, your dreams are dashed. And now from that place, you can just do the audition and get the part and be Jim for 9 seasons and go on to have this career. You're welcome. And that's the thing about letting go. And so many people's success stories have like a similar thing of, it's like, you know, and then I just didn't care anymore, or I just thought it was over, and then I got the call. Because you don't have anything around it. And I've been really bad at this. I think most human beings are really bad at this. And there's this kind of culture of like striving, like I'm gonna work so hard to make my dreams come true. And usually what we do when something doesn't work. Okay, so we try. This is also very yo duh. Why did I say it like that? Yo duh. You know, like yo duh. Okay. It's just like, do not try, do. So this, when you give up, you eliminate trying. You eliminate it. And you cannot do something if you're trying to do it. I had an acting teacher who talked about this too. He was like, okay, I want you to like try to pick up the pencil. Now don't pick up the pencil. I want you to try to pick up the pencil. And we would all be like, what's he talking about? And then you kind of become hesitant. You're like, And the thing is, when you're trying to do something, you can't actually do the thing because it eliminates the trying. So you have to eliminate the trying so you can finally do the thing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but I've been really bad at this because like from a very early age, I think I got a lot of praise for like the amount of effort that I put into things. Or I got acknowledged for the amount of effort I put into things. And then simultaneously it was like, poor Jenessa, she put so much effort into everything and things don't work out for her. And it became this little bit of my identity that like, yep, I'm the one who tries the most and fails. Yep. Okay. But so for all of you, do you want to do something with me right now? Just, hey, all of you, whatever you're doing in life right now, whatever you're hoping for, dreaming for, working towards, you know, whether it's like a relationship or a house or a job or a, I don't know, or you want to like improve your health or whatever. Okay. Just give up. Give up. Chances are it's not going to happen. Do you see that? Like, chances are it's not going to happen. Because you have a lot more data of this, actually, than whatever you hope happens. You have a lot more feedback. There's a lot more of like this not having that thing than there is of having the thing. It's probably not going to happen. And now that you know it's probably not going to happen, you can just drop it. Just drop it. Just be here with the not having of it. Because you don't have it. You didn't do it. Yeah, all those hours, all that work, all that hasn't worked, right? You don't have it. And now that you've dropped it, I'm not a physicist, but I'm sure this could be explained in physics. It's like, so when we want something to happen and we're like, so much energy is going into that effort. And when you drop it and you're like, it's probably not going to happen. Or whatever, I don't care anymore. I just don't care anymore. I just can't keep putting my energy into this. Then suddenly, okay, all that energy gets displaced. It's not on trying anymore. It's not on that in-between place of like, I don't want to be here and I want to be over there. It's not focused around that. So the energy goes. And then from that place, you can actually just go off and do the thing. Don't pick that tension back up once you're trying to do the thing. That's the trick. Don't be like, okay, but now we're doing it. No. You already gave up. You're not going to get it. It's not going to happen. And now do the thing. And tell me what happens. Just as an experiment. I want you all to try this with something. Just don't do it and then do it. And it works. Works. I don't know. Who knows if it works? I don't know. But yeah, really just give up. Just stop being such a goody two-shoes. Stop being so like earnest. You know? And just stop. Because yeah, most people, something doesn't work. And then they're like, okay, so that didn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to just put more energy into it. So I'm going to do the exact same thing, but just harder. And then it doesn't work more. And then this just goes on. And then they're like, okay. I'm going to try even harder this time. And they just keep doing this for years and years and years. And they keep believing like, yeah. But it's just because I haven't tried hard enough. And they see it as this like, this brick wall, right? And so maybe even they're like, okay, but I have time on my side. So even if I don't have the strength over time, I am going to knock down this brick wall. And maybe so. Maybe eventually you break down the brick wall. But actually, you might just be able to go around it. Like, you might just be so focused on going through the brick wall. I don't know if this is a good analogy. That like, that you can't even see that it's open space on either side. Or maybe you can't even see that the brick wall is only 3 feet tall. You know, and you can just literally walk over it. But you have been trying for decades of your life to knock down this brick wall so you can't see it anymore. You're so focused and you're so like your identity's so built up into this trying, into this striving, into this like forward propulsion that you don't even know how else to be. And it feels like some kind of like a betrayal or a cheat to just give up. But there's a reason that the cool kids, we're the cool kids. They're cool kids because they don't care. And when you don't care, things come to you. When you don't care, things are easy. So please stop caring. Stop caring and just do the thing. That's what I'm going to say to you. All right? So whatever has happened in this future reality, we're okay. We're okay. And yeah, I love you. Be well. Give up. Don't be well. I don't care.